Good evening, our beloved viewers. You're watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The first public session of the first ordinary session concerning 2025 year. The UN denounced a massive bombing in Gaza Strip. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the National Assembly, Mr. Dileita Mohammed Dileita, assured the first plenary session of the first regular session about the ninth legislative body of parliament. This session was held in the presence of the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, member of the government, and all members of the parliament. At the beginning of the session, the President of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohammed Dileita, extended his greeting to the member of the government and member of the parliament, welcoming them. The agenda for the session was then discussed. The session included the discussion and adoption of 10 draft laws related to the public finance, social reform, and health infrastructure. The session also included the discussion of a draft law amending 2 articles of National Retirement Fund and the General Workers' Law. The Minister of Labor in charge of Social Security and Social Protection, Mr. Umar Abdi Said, provide details of this change. Following the adoption of the text related to the pension reform, Dileita Mohammed Dileita, Speaker of the National Assembly, welcomed the reform, which will provide monthly pension payment that's ensuring greater financial security for the retired and their beneficiaries. He also recommended His Excellency the President of the Republic for his commitment to this reform, as well as the Minister of Labor in charge of formalization about this fund for their decisive contribution to its implementation. After the discussion and voting, all draft laws on the agenda were adopted by a large majority. After the discussions, a representative posed a question that were related to the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Endowment regarding the management of endowment asset. The minister responded to this question, which was raised during this session. The Diwan al-Zaka attached to the Ministry of Muslim Affairs and Endowment was created in 2004 at the generous initiative of the President, and its primary objective was to revitalize the obligation of zakat and then to combat poverty. The minister also said that this institution is part of a strategic vision aimed at improving the economic and social condition of vulnerable groups in collecting for the wealth and merchant redistributing for these issues. Some other representative of the parliament also asked a question addressed to the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdili, regarding the draft law establishing Tajura Regional Hospital, which will be named after Dr. Burhan Muhammad Arif. The discussion will focus on the impact of this hospital on access to the healthcare, particularly for those in the country's interior, as well as at the social and economic benefits. The minister answered to this question by saying that all this infrastructure, particularly in terms of job creation and strengthening the regional health network. The discussion also addressed the human and technical resources were asked by the deputy Ms. Umma and addressed to the human and technical resources needed to operate in the hospital and ensure the maintenance of third generation equipment. The deputy also parliamentarians deputy ask a question related to the pension received monthly by the president of the National Assembly. uh, Answer to this question and spoke up after the adoption of the pension reform legislation, which introduced monthly pension payment, thus guaranteeing the greater financial security for retirees and their beneficiaries. Following the question, the minister uh, made a presentation of the response on the financial statement of the institution, and also provide some response to the bills relating to Djibouti Road, and highlighted the government is policy for in order to emphasize the rehabilitation program led by these issues. He also reviewed the legislation, the need for its compliance and proper implementation, and the importance of effective collaboration. In his speech during this plenary session, the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Dileita Mohammed Dileita, praised the effort of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, and his commitment to the reforming of pension for retirees. He also praised the Minister of Labor, Mr. Abdi Said, and the Director General of the National Assembly, the National Social Security Fund, and by saying that by commending his policies for his commitment to this reform, as well as the Social Security Fund for their decisive contribution to its implementation. Following the representative's intervention, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed stressed the need to respect all the properly implement laws, and also the Prime Minister emphasized the importance of cooperation between the executive and the legislative branch. At the conclusion of this session, the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Dileita Mohammed Dileita, thanked all the members of the government and representative for their carefully consideration of the agenda for this session. He also praised this reform, which will provide monthly pension payment, thus ensuring greater financial security for retirees and their beneficiaries. He also noted that this session had concluded successfully. Education now, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training organized the fifth edition of the Reading of Francophonie Festival from March 16 to April 5, 2025, with the aim of highlighting the importance of reading in education and citizenship. During this period, public and private schools opened their doors to Djiboutian writers and others to meet with the students in an effort to inspire and foster a love of reading. The festival's main objective is to promote a culture of reading and enhance learning through a variety of interactive activities under the theme Reading, Education and Citizenship. This event will focus on the role of book in promoting education and active civic engagement. Approximately 10 local authors are participating in the festival, offering a variety of activities. These include a reading and writing workshop led by the authors that allows children to express themselves and discuss their reading and writing. Activities are also held in Community Development Center. After the challenges and competitive first round, the State Secretariat for Sport organized the second phase of the Ramadan Championship at the Rahma Complex. This sporting event was organized in collaboration with CAC Bank and was held in an atmosphere filled with enthusiasm and competition. With the start of the second phase, the excitement increases and each match became decisive. The qualifying team are making every effort to advance to the final stage. To support this initiative and appreciate the effort of the organizer, many local officials attend the matches held in this second phase. The 2025 Ramadan League is a symbol of brotherhood, affection, and passion for sport. They turn in coming days to discover which team will make it to the final and named among the winner of this special edition. And now moving on to the international scene, a spokesperson of the United Nations Human Rights Office said that he was horrified by the Israeli airstrikes on Gaza Strip, which result in the death of at least 404 Palestinians, according to the hospital official. The Ministry of Health said in a statement that 400 civilians were killed as a result of the attack and massacres carried out by the Israeli occupation forces in Gaza Strip and taken to the hospital. In addition, 562 people were injured in this attack. The statement indicates that many people are still under the rubble and that teams are continuing search and rescue operation. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.